Today, Precarious plays
Deus Ex, Human Revolution.
What the hell?
Is Jensen limping?
No.
He's just being dramatic.
Water pressure nominal at 173 psi.
Who am I?
Communications web online.
I feel cold.
Drones 1 through 3 within operational parameters.
I don't remember.
Drone 4 disconnected.
Let me go.
Processing.
Oh God, please help me. I'm scared.
Core temperature stable. Processing.
Zhao, what are you doing?
Connecting to Panchaea's Hiron project, Mr. Jensen. The most advanced quantum computer slave to the human brain, and the closest to perfection we'll ever achieve. I'm going to use it to hack Darrow's signal and rework the message to our benefit.
Our benefit? You mean the Illuminati's?
Someone has to override the signal and be the world's savior. And let's be honest, neither of us would trust anyone else to fill that role. Computer, begin EEG sync.
Is that going to work
Per second.
the way she wants it to?
What do you mean?
Incompatible master slave check detected.
Like, will she have control in that network?
To Alpha Pod.
The system won't recognize my chip.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
Rerouting control of EEG.
I can't control Hiron.
Increasing glutamate levels by 32%.
Zhao, get them out of there. I have to reach the control chamber.
No! I can still control it! I'm in control!
Stop the signal.
Security alert.
Through the primary drone hatch.
Oh shit.
They were subtitled.
Yeah.
I mean, we can use context clues to figure out what's happening, but
Yeah. Ugh. That was chilling.
Alpha Pod security in place.
okay,
Access
now
Alpha Pod,
I think
tertiary pod.
I can use my prototype laser gun to win immediately.
Once I do,
I think I can skip
welcome me with open arms.
the rigmarole and attack the boss's life points directly.
As I didn't see you get that giant piece of hardware out of your pocket. I was not looking there, and then suddenly it was there.
You have been better served keeping your head down, Jensen.
But I can't quite...
I'll do it, Mother. Just don't hurt anymore.
Is that
More pain. Please.
her there?
Yeah, she's draped between those two pieces.
I'm not sure if I should take out the turrets first or not.
Touches you.
Your guess is better than mine right now.
Which is, I'm pretty sure that this is a wall-penetrating laser,
Oh,
and by the rules of the game, I think that that also includes the barrier. You know what? It's really close to the start.
yeah.
I'll try it.
See where honor and ambition.
Let's go ahead and I'm gonna get some pills here. And then I'm gonna get a delicious box of Cyberboost brand Pro Energy bars.
Mm-hmm. Get that one last sponsorship plug in there.
All miles deep in the ocean. About to
And now I'm going to... Huh?
Is it working? Yes.
Cool.
I can't take.
Oh boy.
And because of that, I don't think there's any way to peacefully resolve this scenario, even in the director's cut.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. I assumed that she was already going to be deceased as soon as she decided to connect herself to that apparatus.
Yeah, I think that this is a bit of a shame now that I'm more familiar with the future of the original's story.
Yeah.
So the original game has a similar kind of ending where there's forces conspire to envision a future that's directed by an artificial intelligence. I think it's Helios, I believe.
Ooh.
I haven't played it myself. I played as far as I could into the original. Like, sometime in the last few years is the first time I played it, right? So I read about the ending, and your protagonist can choose to fuse with that system to try to essentially teach it humanity.
Yeah.
And I think until they sort of had to like break the ending back open for sequels,
Yeah.
I think that the canon idea was that it was like successful and your protagonist guided the world to a brighter future with a similar system. So it's sad to see that what is essentially a dry run of that in the history of the franchise failed.
Really didn't work. Oh,
Yeah.
stop.
Well, she might have items.
Oh, what could be of use that would be worth it?
Nothing. It was just a goof.
Okay.
So now, before we continue, how do you feel about, narratively speaking, how do you feel about Deus Ex Machina? You know what? Not important. Let's go.
Okay.
Hello, Adam. Welcome to the Edge. It is not the end of the world, but you can see it from here.
Eliza? What are you doing here?
It is my job to monitor and report on the news, Adam. Before Darrow smothered everything with his signal, the whole world was tuned into this place, including me.
The broadcast. I have to stop it.
I know. Please, come closer.
I don't trust you.
Do you know where we are, Adam? We are at the fulcrum point, when society lies in the balance. Hugh Darrow hoped to tip the scales one way, by telling the world everything you already know. About the biochip, the Illuminati, everything. He believed knowing the truth would convince mankind to abandon research into human enhancement technologies forever.
It would certainly give them reason to fear it.
Indeed. Darrow's confession is ready to send. If you want, I can wideband it across all media as soon as you shut down the signal. Everything you worked so hard to uncover will be exposed. But only if you deactivate the broadcast using this control. However, if you desire, I can alter Darrow's message. Conceal the creation of the biochip while putting in new content.
Content blaming the Humanity Front, like Zareth suggested.
The organization has already admitted to harboring terrorists. It would be easy to convince people they turn to biological warfare in a more desperate attempt to get rid of augmented people.
But why? What would that achieve?
In time, it could shift the focus of hatred onto people whose prejudices are seen as too extreme, leaving corporations free to experiment with human evolution as they desire. But if you want me to perform this edit for you, you must disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Alternatively, Darrow's message can be adjusted to erase all mention of the power group known as the Illuminati. I can report that lack of proper regulation allowed vast quantities of neuropozyne to become contaminated prior to reaching the market.
Taggart's preference. You think the world will buy a made-up story about neuropozyne poisoning?
You might be surprised by what people believe. I can convince them. And having experienced the negative effects of corporate negligence firsthand, a majority of people might force the world to place harsh restrictions on all human enhancement research. But only if you disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Of course, there is another option. This passage leads to Panchaea's pressure regulation controls. Destroy them and the installation will cave in on itself, overwhelmed by the weight of the ocean pressing against it. Everyone inside the structure will die.
That's a solution?
No one will be left to tell the world what happened, Adam. Nobody will be able to spin the story.
Including me.
The choice is yours. Do you believe you have the wisdom to choose an appropriate future for mankind? Or do you trust mankind to find the answers on its own?